भीदयते हयं गिरिर्भूतेरिति मत्वा तपस्विनः त्रस्ता विद्याधरास्तस्मादुत्पेतुः स्त्रीगणैः सह पानभूमिगतं हित्वा हेममासवभाजनं पात्राणि च महारहाणि कर्कांश्च हिरण्मयान् लेह्यानु च वाचान् भक्ष्यान् मांसानि विविधानि च आर्षमाणि च चर्माणि खड्गांश्च कनकसरून्. Learning that the Mahendra hill was being burst by the elements, the Maharshis in penance and the Devyoni demigods accomplished by their better halves rose above the hill, leaving behind all their belongings such as the golden vessels used for drink, expensive eating plates, variety of meat, rare unguents, edible paste, shields made if the hides, if bowls and swords with golden hills. कृतकण्ठगुणाः शीभा रक्तमाल्यानुलेपनाः रक्ताशा पुष्कराशाश्च गगनं प्रतिपेदिरे. Even though by nature they possessed eyes resembling the white hills, their eyes had reddened, intoxicated by drink and wearing flower garlands with body smeared with sandal paste, they rose up into the skies. हारुनुपुर केयूर पारिहार्यधराः स्त्रियः विस्मिताः सस्मितास्तस्तस्तुराकाशे रमणेयसः. The women adorned with pearl necklaces, anklets, armlets and bangles were standing in the air above, along with their spouses smiling with an expression of surprise. दर्शयन्तो महाविद्यां विद्याधर्महर्षयः सहितास्तस्तूराकाशे वीक्षाङ्गचक्रुश्च पर्वतम्. The greatly valued and saint-like Vidyadharis, even while performing anima and the 8 attainments, all gathered together in the sky looking at the hill below. शुश्रूवश्च तदा शब्दमृषिणा भावितात्मनां चारणानां च सिद्धानां स्थितानां विमले अम्बरे. Then the Vidyadharas heard the words of praise by the sages, seekers of the ultimate truth, the Charnas and the Siddhas who stood and watched in the clear sky. एष पर्वतसङ्काशो हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः तितिर्षति महावेगः स समुद्रं मकरालयम्. Hanuman, the son of the wind god, who is like a mountain with extraordinary might, intends to cross the ocean, the abode of crocodiles. रामार्थं वानरार्थं च चिकीर्षन् कर्म दुष्करं समुद्रस्य परं पारं दुष्प्रापं प्राप्तुमिच्छति. He wants to cross the sea and reach the other shore, a thing impossible to accomplish for others for the sake of Surgiva Maharaja and the welfare of the Perumal. इति विद्याधराः श्रुत्वा वचस्तेषां महात्मनां तमं प्रमेयं ददृशुः पर्वते वानर्षभम्. Even as the Vidyadharas heard the mutual pronouncements of the valiant Devas, the Hanuman crosses the sea, they also saw the immeasurable figure of Maruti over the Mahendra hill. तुदुवे च स रोमानि चकम्पे चाचलोपमा ननादं सुमहानादं सुमहानीव तयोदः. In order to cross the sea, Maruti, with his figure as big as mountain, prepared himself by violently futtering the hair over his body by shaking it and thundered majestically like the heavily water-laden black clouds. आनुर्पूवयेन व्रतं च लाङ्गूलं लोम्बभीषिचतम् उत्पत्तिशयन विक्षिशेप पक्षिराज इवोरगम्. As the Garuda swirls a big serpent, Hanuman, about to cross the sea from the mountain, swelled and lashed his round tail covered from the top to the tip with cascading, long and rolling hair. तस्य लाङ्गूलमाविद्धमात्वेगस्य पृष्ठतः दृदृश्य गरुडेनेव हीयमानो महोरगः. The rapid motion of Hanuman's tail at his back appeared like the serpent that has snatched away by the Garuda. Bahu samsatmabhyamas mahaparighasnipuhu sasacha kapiha katyam charano sankucho kochcha. He firmly anchored his hands that were tough like the steel poles, folded his legs and contracted his waist in a posture to shoot out into a big leap. Samratya cha bhujo shrimanstatev cha shirodharam tejah sattvam tatha viryamavivetsa viryavan. Endowed with the brightness brought about by the enthusiastic prospect of prostrating before Sri Sita, the vitality resulting from the approbation of all the devas, the capacity to leap into the air and the cleverness to destroy the enemies, he contracted his neck and hands in a manner across the sea swiftly. मार्गमालोकयन्दूरादुधर्वं प्रणिहितेशनः रुरोधृध्ये प्राणानाकाशमवलोकयन्. Raising his eyes to take a deep look into the very distant path to cover, and with his gaze directed into the sky, he took a deep breath in preparation for the leap. पद्भयां दृढमवस्थानां कृत्वा च कपिकुञ्जरः निकुञ्जकर्णो हनुमानोत्पत्तिशयन् महाबल वानरान् वानरश्रेष्ठ इदं वचनमब्रवीत्. With his powerful feet firmly rooted to the mountain and with folded and crimped ears, just about to start on his leap, he addressed Jambavan, Angada and other monkeys standing near him as follows. यथा राघवनिर्मुक्तः शरः श्वसन् विक्रमः गचेद्वत् गमिष्यामि लङ्कां रावणपालिताम्. The manner in which the arrow of Sri Rama's how will attain the speed of the wind, in the same manner I will head towards Lanka governed by the Ravana. Nahi drashyami yaditam lankayam janakatmajam Aninevhi vegen gamishyami suralayam. In case I fail to find and offer my obstacles to Janaka's daughter Janaki in the town of Lanka, I will proceed with the same velocity of Rama's arrow towards the Swarga. Sarvata kratkaryo ahameshyami sahasitaya Anishyami va lankam samutpathya saravanam. In whatever manner possible, I will fulfill the task and bring Sri Sita here. Otherwise, at least, I will sprout Lanka along with Ravana and bring here. Eva muktva tu Hanuman vanaran vanarottamaha utpapatat vegena vegavana vicharayana Suparnamiv chatmanam mene sa kapikunjaraha. The accomplished monkey Hanuman, after taking such a pledge with Angada and others, then with great excitement and free from care, considered himself as Garuda and rose to the sky. Samutpatati tasminstu veghate nagarohinah samratya vitpan sarvan samutpetuha samantataha. When Manu started with great momentum towards the sky, thrust of the force tore up the trees and branched in the mountain, which also rose up to great height in all four directions. समत्कोयष्टिमकानपादपान पुष्पशालिनः Udvahanuruvegen jagam vimule ambare. The velocity of Hanuman's climb into the sky pulled along many trees laden with beautiful flowers and birds like cranes to follow him. Uruveghodhatya vraksha muhuratam kapimanvyava prasitatam dirgamadvanam sambandhumiv bandavaha. Just like one's relations would follow to some distance when someone takes on a long and distant journey, the trees that got uprooted with the force of Hanuman's lift up into the sky followed him to some distance. Tamuruve ghonmatithaha salasyanaya nagotamaha anujagamurhanumantham senya eva mahipatim. As the soldiers would follow the kings, the turbans created by the thighs of Hanuman as he rose up the great speed carried the sat and various other trees following him. Supishpitagre brahubhiha padaperan vitakapiha Hanuman parvatakaro bhavuvada bhuta darshanaha. With the mountain-like structures and multicolored fully blossomed flowers abounding the various trees covering him, Hanuman gave a wonderful, resplendent appearance. Saravanto atye vrakshane manjan lavanambasi bhayadev mahendrasya parvata varunalaye. After being dragged to some distance with the force of Hanuman's leap, the uprooted trees fell into the sea like. In the distant past, fearing Indra, the Mainavati mountains, denuded of their wings, took refuge into the sea, preceded by Varuna.